It's the show. It's the asshole cooking show. Welcome to the show. And today on the show, we're going to cook up some salmon here and some rice-a-roni. Cook it either separately or together. So I got the water boiling here in my skillet. I got a little extra water in here because when you're doing rice-a-roni, it's going to boil away. So I got my flavor packet for the rice-a-roni here and already out. I'm going to add the salmon later, but I'm just going to dump his shit now. Dump his shit in here just right now. But I'm going to boil it for a while until it starts getting soft. But this water is going to all boil away, so I brought the water to a boil, but now I'm going to just lower it for a little while. I lowered the heat and I'm going to just keep stirring it and check it. All this water is going to boil away because that happens when you cook rice. But so that's the basic idea right now. We're going to pause for a moment. I'm going to cover this back up. And be right back later to do the next step. Alright, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and put the salmon in a separate pan and just dump it right in there like that. Kind of separate it a little bit here. Like that. I'm going to cook it kind of slow here. No big hurry. I'm going to get a little lid and cover this up first. There's our rice. I have to stir it up. It's going to still have to cook some more. Instead of throwing it together, I'm going to put this separately. Actually, when you cook it, get this done cooking separately, you can throw it together if you want, or put the rice on a separate dish. But I think I'm going to go ahead and put my rice and stuff on a separate dish. I'm going to go season it up a little bit here. Throw a little bit of this on here. Oh yeah, you gotta have your garlic. Every asshole in his kitchen has to have their garlic because if you want to go to a job you particularly don't give a shit about or give a shit about certain people, garlic is essential for an asshole in his kitchen. Then you can offend all kind of people if they don't like the smell of garlic. So in that respect, you add your garlic, moderately or a little bit more, or just throw the whole goddamn thing in if that's what you want to do, because that's what an asshole in his kitchen can do, just because you can. Get my small lid. Where in the hell is my small cast iron skillet lid? I had one, but I'll find it in here in a second. But you get the basic idea. I'm gonna pause for this moment, but I'm gonna find my little lid here, and there should be a small lid somewhere around here, but if not, I can just cook it slow and flip it over here and there and just keep checking my rice-a-roni. Salmon and rice is good, that's why. Okay, so alright, see you in a bit. Guys, I just took the lid off. I'm gonna watch it and simmer it for a little while. The rice is almost done. I'm gonna go and throw the flavor packet in, because it's unlike actual rice. I have rice-a-roni, and then if you just have just rice, you can just do whatever you like, but I'm using rice-a-roni instead of cooking actual rice. I'm just going to mix this into here and follow the instructions on the rice-a-roni box if you feel like it. If you feel like even reading the instructions, do so. Or just read the directions just for shits and giggles, whether you care about following them or not. But me, myself, I'm gonna, not just a flavor packet, I'm gonna add some of my onion powder in there. You gotta have some onion flavor in there. And you also gotta have more garlic. As much garlic as possible. If you want, throw the whole goddamn jar of garlic in there if you feel like it. Just do that. And there you go, and that's gonna. Then when you get it cooked real well, here, this is like almost done, but it's a little on the soupy side. But I'm gonna cook it a little while longer so some of the water gets cooked out. These flavor packets are pretty strong anyway, so I went ahead and put it in there a little early. And if you throw some garlic powder in there, hell, that's going to thicken it up too, and some of the water's going to boil away. And then right now, after the water boils away here, this rice is kind of done enough to eat because, and I taste a little bit, it's not like crunchy and stuff. And since the rice isn't crunchy, and if it ain't crunchy and shit, you know what I mean? And that means you can sort of eat it and it's kind of done. So yeah, that's how I do it. But this rice just this rice Roni just okay. It's orange colored because it says it's creamy 4-cheese flavor. Like I said, you can just get actual rice or minute rice or just plain old rice and do whatever you want. Season it up the way you want, or plain buttered rice, but whatever the hell you feel like. It's just what I have around right now. So I'm gonna check on this. My salmon kind of came to pieces a little bit, but I don't even got to heat it. See, I couldn't find. I thought this cast iron skillet set. And I bought my girlfriend this cast iron skillet set. Excuse me. I thought there was a little lid. We must have misplaced it. I just went ahead and used this. But like a little can of salmon like that, it doesn't even take that long to simmer it. Heat it up a little bit. You don't really got to cook it until it gives up or any kind of shit like that. It's not like you're cooking pork. You know what I'm saying? So I just let that just keep it warm, let that simmer a little bit, and just waiting for this to get done. Let the water cook out of it, you know, and then it turns into like a thicker rice-a-roni or whatever. Sometimes when we feel like it, we kind of combine it into a soup or add or whatever else to it too. If any of you guys follow any of the cooking shows online, I mean, you can even turn this into some kind of soup and be creative and endless possibilities. But guys, that's good enough. We're gonna turn this off and then we're gonna let this sit for a little bit. This may look a little on the soupy side for now, but actually it's going to not be that way when this actually cools off. It'll actually thicken up a tiny bit because, like, see, look at that. That's hardly any water in it now, but I'm gonna wait to serve it because unless you have a Kevlar mouth, I mean, you don't want to eat it like right here and now. We're gonna serve it in a bit, but this, yeah, I'm gonna turn it off too. Good stuff. And I'm gonna pause for now, but as soon as this cools off, I'm gonna go ahead and serve it on a dish and close out this episode. Close out this episode of the show. Alright, yins guys, this stuff is still a little bit hot right now. Cast iron just holds the heat. You know, it's only been a few minutes. I was trying to catch up on household chores. Even assholes like me, we gotta mop the floor and change litter boxes and wash our hands after all that shit. And take the rubber gloves off. Even when you're wearing rubber gloves, you can change the litter box. All that happy horse shit pastime while this cools off. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and serve this. I could even leave it on a plate, wait before I even eat it. But yeah, the girlfriend ain't eating any of this. We're gonna make something different later for her. This is like around lunchtime right now. I'm gonna make something different when she gets home for lunch. For dinner. So sorry for supper. She's kind of out for the afternoon, and she does not like salmon. She hates it. So this is why this episode, I'm doing this episode when she's not here because she's not a big fan of salmon. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on the plate. This whole damn thing here. Unlike the salmon that you buy in the store and you get the packets that are more like this canned salmon, it's going to go to pieces. You can just like fix it any way you like. You want to make it with actual minute rice or something, you can just throw the whole damn shit together like I was thinking about doing, but I decided not to this time. So I want to make the show more, I don't know, give you the option. Have a couple of different things to show you in the show, and that would be boring as hell, you know what I mean? Just throw it. You could, but anyway, you got the option. You can throw this whole damn shit together and eat it in a bowl. I've done that before, but I want to visually show you the option. But all right. So anyway, this concludes another successful episode of the Asshole Cooking Show. Thank you for watching the show, the Asshole Cooking Show, the Asshole Cooking Show, the Asshole Cooking Show. Thank you for watching the show.